Greetings, monkey brains.
Yeah, can you hear me, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to get a hold of you. I don't know. I guess I'm from that generation that just doesn't know how to click the right buttons. But I've been meaning to ask you this for a long time, because just like there's a civil war brewing among the Orthodox Christians and the Catholics, in other words, a war of doctrine, a war of worldview, etc. There's also another civil war that's brewing, and that is that a growing portion of Christians of all denominations are now believing, and I'm one of these, that Christ's 1,000-year kingdom has already come and gone. We've got the evidence, we've got the maps, we've got the old world buildings, we've got the world infrastructure that was built out, and that we're actually in Revelation 20,
Okay.
Satan's little season. So what say you, Jay?
Utterly retarded on so many levels. No offense.
Okay. All right. Let's get rid of all the old buildings. Let's get rid of all
the old buildings. What does the old buildings have to do with it? What?
What are you talking about, Jay? How do you think you can build a cathedral? Tell me how a horse and buggy person could build such incredible, and they were all over the world. There are maps of incredible castles and structures that were built from Africa. You go anywhere. Japan. Look at their Japanese diet. It looks like a pantheon. You know,
the diet looks like a pantheon. And what are these 12 sayings?
You mean the exact scriptures?
Are you referring to what's in the scriptures? Or are you talking about the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John? What are you referring to?
No, let's not conflate it. Let's talk about the actual scriptures themselves, Jesus' own words.
Okay.
And so you got one right after another, you know. The temple's going to be torn down. Not one stone will be standing on another. And I'll tell you the truth.
All right.
Some of you will not take
Right.
it down.
Okay. Hold on. Let's slow down just for a second. Let's rewind to the very beginning, because we had an issue with the audio on YouTube, and I really want everybody to hear what you're saying on YouTube, because this is a fascinating subject. So you're arguing that the 1,000-year kingdom of Christ already came. You're saying it was on earth, right, at some time in the past, and you're saying that
at 70 AD, yeah. This is the thinking, and this is what's actually proving out according to the maps.
Okay, but hold on. You keep saying the maps, and you blow past that. You start talking about the buildings. What buildings are you looking at, and what maps are we talking about? Help me understand. Take your time.
Okay, Jay, where do you live?
You don't need to know that. Just tell me about the maps and the buildings. What buildings are we talking about?
All of them. The buildings.
All buildings in the world?
No. All the old world buildings. We all can see them. We can see them in Britain. We can see them in Scotland. Before they leveled Dresden.
Okay.
Take a look at the early footage of Dresden. They're all over. They're in Budapest.
Okay.
They're in Japan. They're in Honduras.
So right? I got you. How do we know that? How do those buildings prove that Jesus' 1,000-year kingdom came in 70 AD?
Well, for one, we don't even have the technology to be able to actually build structures like that.
How does that prove Jesus' kingdom, though? Where's the leap there? Explain that.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. Jesus' own words. He only said a dozen
So
times.
Jesus taught the Tartarian stuff. That's right. Is that what you're saying?
No. The Tartarian was to cover up that the 1,000-year reign of Christ had come. That's what the great deception's about in Revelation 20.
Okay, how do we know that the great deception is referring to the Tartarian theory?
It's because you take a look. That's the one.
You just take a look. Okay. What if I take a look and I don't get that conclusion? So where am I taking a look? You're just saying stuff, but where is it?
Why don't we start with Messiah's words? Why don't we start with Jesus' own promises?
Okay, let's go there. In Matthew 24?
Well, let's just take when the chief priest smacked Jesus on the face.
That's all about Tartaria. The chief priest was like,
What,
I'm about to create a
what did Jesus
Tartaria
say?
story. Pat, right?
What did Jesus say when the chief priest, Caiaphas or Caiaphas, I'm not saying his name right.
It's psoriasis. It's pronounced psoriasis.
Right. Yeah, you're much more learned than I am. Right. So what did Jesus respond once he got smacked on the face by the chief priest? What was Jesus' own words?
Something about creating architecture, future fancy buildings. What? Tell me. Remind me.
He says, I tell you the truth. You will see the Son of Man come with his angels and his kingdom.
Okay.
Before you taste death. Many times he told people that were standing there, when will these things be? He says, I tell you the truth. There will be some of you that will not taste death, that will see the Son of Man come in his great glory and kingdom.
Right.
Which happened at 70 AD.
Okay.
When the Romans gathered around Jerusalem.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So when I go and I read, say, church fathers from the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th centuries, like Cyprian or Leo or Augustine or John Damascus, how come none of them speak about any of this and they act like there's an apostolic succession from Peter and the apostles all the way up until their day?
Because right after the 1,000-year kingdom, when Satan was released, he came up on the earth and he saw the earth's infrastructure completely built out. He says, you know what? I'm just going to pick it up from the old Roman Empire. And there was a great devastation.
Did you not hear what I said? Hold on. Those church fathers exist and live in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th centuries. So when I read their writings, they don't talk about any of this and they don't interpret anything the way that you're.
When you read the writings of the person that did the editing of the 36 volumes of the church fathers, you mean that guy?
Well, there's different
writings.
versions. Oh, how do you know there's no writings of the church fathers?
No, Jay, there is no ancient.
How do you know this?
There's hardly any writings.
How do you know this?
The 15th century.
How do you know this?
Jay,
stop saying my name and tell me how you know that that's the case.
Because 98% of everything that you read is after.
How do you know this? Don't restate the position. Tell me your epistemic justification for that claim. What's the proof of the evidence?
There are no ancient letters.
So that's the 4th time that you've restated the position. So this is just, we're done with that. That was something else. Exactly. The high priest Psoriasis created the mythology to cover up Jesus' 1,000-year kingdom with Tartaria, and all history books are fake and gay.